Shillong, capital of Meghalaya State, dominates the eastern Khasi mountainous region. Don Bosco's charism has put down deep roots here. The Shillong Archdiocese is based here, entrusted to the Salesians in 1922. It was and still is a crucible of microcultures which the missionaries have been involved with and dialogued with. At first, the Salvatorians, then the Salesians, learned to interact with the local population, especially with the Khazis. The Archdiocese, founded in 1889, is still young and has many clergy, religious and lay people.
At this present moment, I see that the great challenge is for us to continue to deepen the understanding of the person of Jesus and his meaning for our lives and for our cultures. And therefore, for the Church to continue in this process of enculturation, of reinterpreting our faith and our understanding of the teachings of the Church in the context of our particular indigenous culture, our tribal cultures. I see here that the great task is to be fulfilled not merely by the priests, but especially by our lay people, particularly the growth of the small Christian communities that we find flourishing all over our Church.
Today, the Salesian presence in Shillong is numerous and varied. Responding to the needs of the people and faithful to their charism, Don Bosco's sons have opened schools and technical centres of every kind and degree to educate young people. Nor are boarding establishments lacking, where youngsters whose home is far away can find accommodation in order to pursue their studies. Or formation communities for the Salesian aspirantate, novitiate, theologate. The attention Salesians have paid to local culture since they came has now become a well-detailed project. The Don Bosco Centre for Indigenous Cultures collects, preserves and documents cultural testimonies of the many tribes which have populated and still populate northeast India. Research, studies, publications, meetings and cultural leadership are just some of the activities run at the centre. But the jewel in the crown is the Don Bosco Museum, opened on the 5th of March 2010 by Sonia Gandhi.
We, the Salesians of Don Bosco, have constituted this museum in order to tell the story of Jesus to the coming generations. The telling of the story of Jesus is a very unique way of evangelization today. We want to communicate the message of the gospel an inculturated form to the people who inhabit northeast India.
The museum takes visitors through a long historical and cultural journey, which allows them to discover the traditions of some of the tribes of northeast India, the history of the Church and the Salesian congregation, and their involvement in evangelization. In the various topic-based halls, there are slideshows, relics, panels, pictures documenting traditions, myths, values and the anthropological features of some of the 240 tribes in this part of India. It is an important awareness which helps one understand how evangelization has been carried out, and how it ought to be done with respect for the identity and values of local peoples.
The Salesians of Don Bosco who came in 1922 to Shillong have done a great deal of work in the work of evangelization as well as inculturation. The Khasi culture as well as the various other cultures that inhabit this region has been enriched by their presence of as well as the work of evangelization that they have done.
The Don Bosco Museum is a point of arrival for a growing number of visitors: Hindus, Muslims, Catholics, Protestants, all kinds of people. Among the important documents which witness to the Salesian commitment to inculturation and communicating the gospel is the Khasi translation of the Bible. It's a valuable work of our Salesian missionary, Enrico Fantin, aided by two other priests, Monsignor Emmanuel Bars and Don Silvanus Lindo Khasi, and by 6 other lay people. It was printed in 10,000 copies in 1976-77 in our printing house, Don Bosco Technical School of Shillong. This Bible contributed a great deal to the spread of God's Word among the Khasi people. It was appreciated by our Catholic believers and our brothers within the Christian faith. Coming down further south from Shillong, almost on the border with Bangladesh, but still on the high plains of the Khasi range, is Cherrapunji, regarded as the rainiest city in the world.
We have got parochial works in plenty, we may say. Visiting villages is a very terrific task.